Hey folks, it's Jim from the Movie One, and today I'm reviewing the film Transformers: Dark of the Moon, the third installment of the Transformers franchise. I'm going to avoid the plot synopsis other than saying Autobots versus the Decepticons. Actually, there's plenty more going on, and the initial premise is kind of cool, but there's so much exposition, and it's unnecessary for one-dimensional good guys versus one-dimensional bad guys. I kind of enjoyed the first one. I like the novelty of it, of seeing these characters on the big screen for the first time, even though I didn't really grow up on Transformers, and I honestly find them kind of silly in the movie format. There are two different mediums between cartoons and Hasbro toys and a movie. Some of the stuff that they say, even when they're being serious, comes off cheesy or lame. But anyway, sort of enjoyed the first one. It was almost a guilty pleasure. Second one, hated. And this third one's not nearly as irritating, but, well, it's kind of close, but it still, it didn't tick me off like two. Maybe it's because my expectations were so low. To me, Michael Bay's movies really do not operate as good movies or as guilty pleasures. He's got some of the right elements. He's got, you know, the shallow aspects of the dumb, big action and the eye candy, and honestly, Rose Huntington, she's fine in the role, just like Megan Fox. I don't know why anyone says that she's better or worse than Megan. They're both around the same. It's eye candy performing as eye candy. They are not at fault here. Those roles, even if you had a great actress in it, a great actress could do nothing with that role at all. You know, and they're merely for eye candy reasons alone. LaBeouf has actually become pretty grating and annoying in these films, especially this one where he hasn't really grown or developed at all since the first film, and he's kind of a jerk-off. He's really annoying and kind of mean to everybody, and really pompous, and it's just sort of a real jackass. I really, honestly hated his character for the first time. You also have people like John Malkovich, Frances McDormand, John Turturro, Ken Jeong, all kind of embarrassing themselves and being almost as animated as the actual Autobots and Decepticons. And they're all pretty painful, though thankfully John Turturro is in this a lot less than he was in the last two. But overall, I'm going to just give my rating and say see it, but see it like when it's 90 minutes into the film, whether you're sneaking in or you're purchasing your ticket. The last 60 minutes or so are kind of cool. There's a sequence where a building is collapsing and the characters are going, you know, left and right. That's sort of cool. And also there's a scene where a bunch of soldiers jump off a helicopter and are gliding down in Chicago, which is pretty sweet. A lot of the action's a lot better. You can see it. It's more coherent and visible. So I do think in that regard Bay stepped up a bit. And I think the visual effects and the sound team, they're always on top of their game, and they do an excellent job. The film looks great. But that first 90 minutes is just filled with unnecessary humor that falls flat, and exposition, and it's just kind of boring. I mean, I agree to a certain extent that we go for these films for the Autobots and Decepticons, but why is it that they spend so much time with the humans then? And why do I have to sit through 90 minutes of bullshit to get to that part? So overall, I didn't really like this movie, and I'm kind of tired of this franchise. Like I said, the first one was kind of fun. The second one was the worst blockbuster of probably the last, 10 years. Total waste of the visual effect and sound team talent, and probably, $200 million, however expensive that movie was. The last 40 minutes of this movie, kind of cool. First 90 minutes, though, are pretty bullshit. I mean, they're not as bad as the second installment, but still not that good either. And I'm gonna stop before I go on some long rant. So, like I said, see it, but see it when it's 90 minutes into the movie. I can't speak for the 3D itself, but there were definitely some shots that probably would have been pretty cool in 3D, I guess. Though I'm not really a big fan of 3D. But there are some parts in the action that did take my breath away. So I'll leave on that positive note. But overall, didn't really care for it. And yeah, have a good day, folks, and I will see you soon.